We're here in Corozal, Belize with Covenant Presbyterian Church. This is Covenant's third year to come to Belize. We are working with the Chan Chin community and with the Belize Project.
Divided up on buses, went to 5 or 6 different churches, and there was an older gentleman who was leading worship, so kind of identified him, and we kind of struggled through figuring out what the worship service was going to look like. He knew it. His English wasn't too good. I don't have any Spanish, and it's just a beautiful moment of mutual encouragement in the Lord across those cultural lines, those language barriers and everything. In a hot and sweaty church with music played over YouTube, and yet it's this rich worship and this covenant renewal.
I love the worship night because it's when we all reunite with our Belizean friends and we get to make new friends. Standing next to a Belizean mom with her 2 kids and finding out that we have the same name and connecting and then singing about the Lord's goodness together just united us all, and it was a great way to kick off the week. It was really special to see all the kids playing and singing together and forming relationships.
Yeah, the music in Belize is a big part of the trip and has been for the last 3 years. It has a way of bonding us and connecting us. We generally will sing a song or 2 in the morning at breakfast, sing throughout the day, sometimes with the kids, and then each evening go to the beach, bring everybody together, and we'll sing 3, 4, 5 songs and share each evening. And it really, over the last few years, is one of the things that has really glued us together on the trip after long days of work in construction and doing all the things that we do. It's glorifying.
Community day is a day where kids come and we play games with them. There's a sweet sale, it's got candy, it's really fun.
Before Community Day started, we went around with bags of food and the gospel, and we gave it to all of the families in Chan Chin. Their faces just lit up. They were so happy.
Our theme for this year was the well, and I think we had a little card in the bag that spoke about Jesus being the living water. We had one moment which I won't forget, and we pulled up to this house, went with the bag and explained that we were going to have a community day and they were invited. And as I looked over, I saw this well with this old lady from the well, and I was just instantly drawn to her, and I went over. Just the most amazing thing happened. I asked her if I could help her and take a shot, and before I knew it, I was pulling this fresh water up in this bucket and we were emptying. I just instantly felt the love of Christ between us.
We were all out front, out back, evening out the dirt, because I think there was a flood area. Even though it's wasn't fun to do in the moment, it's good to know that you're doing it for a good thing, and all the kids are super happy to see you because they know you're helping their school a lot.
Over at Chan Chin, we helped them put in a new septic tank. Fortunately, we didn't dig the hole, but we put together a bunch of concrete. We poured a sidewalk for them as well, out front near the fence. We also redid a teacher break room area. At Bethel Presbyterian Church had a storage kind of room or shed that they cleared out so they could increase the size of the kitchen. They had a hole in the roof though that was leaking down through the ceiling into the kitchen, so we replaced a roof panel. We then also painted the entire interior of the kitchen. So the kitchen is double in size now. We felt good about it because every single week, they're going to be using these things, and it's going to be helpful for them as a church community.
Jacob's Farm is really a rehabilitation center just for men who have struggled with addiction of one kind or another to be separate and protected and encouraged to deal with those addictions.
We got to do eye exams on them there who were having issues, and it was just so powerful to see how they literally had their eyes opened to see what was in front of them or far away from them. And it just goes to show like how much just knowing someone's name, just looking them in the eye, loving them, listening to them means. And it's just a small glimpse of God's glory and God's kingdom being spread.
And then once they breathe, they come up on the water, first date, 2 days, and we scoop them out and we put them in there. So you're going to see them
I
there.
had a chance to go back later in the week just to address some medical questions that the guys had. But really, of course, the big need for them and for us is all spiritual. And just to be able to sit with those guys, pray with them, is really meaningful to us.
The House of Dorcas is a Christian shelter for battered women. So we give shelter for ladies that because they are suffering from domestic violence. So the 24-hour service when we have victims staying in our shelter. Today we have Miss Sylvia that came from the Covenant. We are very thankful for the donation that she brought. She told new machines and some materials, and she taught the ladies how to use the equipment that she brought. We were so excited. Hope she could make it again.
There was this one girl that I had in my classroom the first year, and I didn't see her until Thursday. And when I went to her classroom, she recognized me instantly and just screamed, "Miss Lucy!" And I saw her and called her by name, and she just started bawling down crying. And we just hugged and told each other that we loved each other. And she told me about the things that I had given her the first year, and she still had them in her backpack on that Thursday. It was just so special to already have that relationship and just see how much deeper it can go. So that's something I look forward to in the future years, just watching the kids grow up and loving them from afar, but then getting to come back and love them so near. It's very sweet and special.
This is my third year, and just like the relationships have just like maintained throughout the years, and we've just like I've remembered their names and like they've remembered our names, and like they were really welcoming to like the new people that are coming and acting like we were best friends with them.
Today, when we were all leaving, our entire classroom started crying.
Yeah, it was
Because we were leaving, and it made me really happy to see how much we meant to them and how much our visit, like they looked up to it.
We were so honored that the Belizeans at Chin Chin, the students and the faculty, planned this amazing closing ceremonies for us that honored our dear friend Hallie Scruggs.
John 14:1 says, "He has gone to prepare a room for each one of us." Do believe she's in one of them right now.
In March of 2023, we had this beautiful week with the Belizeans here at Chin Chin. Such a special week. Hallie was with us, and then everything happened almost immediately after we got home that year. So the Belizean family here was just as affected as we were and grieved with us and mourned with us. Right after everything happened, they spelled Hallie's name out on the field and released purple balloons and saying, "We love you, Hallie," to the heavens. And so today we were so honored they recreated that for us.
I will share the sins and struggles.
God is a powerful God. He does things that only He understands. But He gives us a glimpse of heaven when we see Him make a change in the world.
Because of this relationship we have with the Belizeans, we know this is not the end for us. We know we're all going to see each other in heaven. And Hallie will be there with open arms waiting for us.
It was Hallie's dream 2 years ago when she visited Chin Chin, is that she wanted the school to have a library. She was just such an amazing little girl and just had so much fun. It was just a joy to everybody on the trip. But she had that vision, and 2 years later we were able to fulfill her dream.
One of the greatest gifts we can give to children is the ability to read. It opens the world to kids, to learn and to love and to explore and to adventure. And so tonight we formally open and dedicate the Scruggs Family Library.
We love Hallie and we miss Hallie, but we also love you, and you are a joint family, and we want to honor you and what you've done in this country forever. And then we brought down so many books, and because y'all worked so hard on collecting, this is just part one, and so we're going to have everybody here tonight come up and grab a book and put it in the library, and then when we go back, we'll add to this library and bring more down.
So many donations of books have been given, and we spent some time this week putting the good old-fashioned checkout cards in here. So I think it's over 600 books, which is a great start. We're going to be collecting more books to bring down next year.
Forever in the light of His amazing grace. Hallelujah.
I want to go home, but I kind of want to stay.
We can't wait to come back.
Part of the focus of missions at Covenant has been to invest in relationship and invest in other believers who are doing the work of the kingdom.
We believe that mission ought to be this integration of word and deed, what Christ has done for us and how we might be made right with God through His finished work, but also connecting with that our deeds of mercy, our deeds of justice, how we care for those less fortunate, how we care for the poor and the widow.
It was a great pleasure to see our Covenant family reunite with the Belizeans, or us Belizeans. Words are not enough. If you want to see, or if you want to experience, I would advise you to come and see for yourself.
The Lord doesn't call us to be the hands and feet of Christ during mission trips. He calls us to talk of Him all the time. I think a good thing to do is to treat your life like a mission trip.
Thank you for sending us there. Thank you for listening and hearing about and being encouraged and being co-storytellers with us about this wonderful mission as Jesus is renewing all things for His name and for His glory.
Red colors, palms and mangoes in the day. The breeze is blowing through the ruins next to stars over the bay.